Here's the comforting story that some people tell themselves. They may say, yes, Trump strained the alliances. Yes, he blew up the trade deals and rattled NATO. But hold on. The next president can repair it, can rejoin agreements, and gets the allies on the phone and shakes a bunch of hands. And the world has the ability to go back to normal. I would like to explain why that is likely fantasy. Because Trump broke something underneath all of those deals. He broke the assumption that Americans and their word outlives an election. Think about what an alliance is. It's sort of a bet or a gamble. When a country signs with the US, they're wagering that the commitment holds, that the deal you make in one admin still means something in the next. And Trump proved that that bet is a bad one. We have a pretty clear pattern here, right? The Paris Climate Accord, America joins, then withdraws, then rejoins, then withdraws again. 4 moves in under a decade. Same country, opposite direction every time the party in power flips. Now put yourself in an ally's shoes. You may ask sort of a less feeling question. Like, if there's a promise made, you may say, until when? Until the next election? Or the one after that? And once they start asking those questions, they may not stop. And there's some proof that this is already happening. Pew released a global survey this summer. Right now, I'm recording this in the summer. It was very recently, but summer of 2026, depending on whenever you're watching this, you'll know. Asking people around the world whether the US is still a reliable partner. In Canada, one of our closest neighbors and allies, the share who called us reliable fell from 83% to 35%. Across countries with long-standing economic and security ties to the US, Pew found the same pattern. Fewer people see America as a reliable partner. That's a downgrade. They've altogether reclassified what we are. And when your allies reclassify you, they hedge, they build backups, they cut deals that don't need you. You've already watched it happen. When Trump pulled the US out of the big Pacific Trade Pact in his first term, the original agreement couldn't move forward in that form. But the other 11 countries built a successor anyway, without America. And that agreement is still running today. The lesson that the world took from that is that you can route around the US. And that lesson, there's no reason to unlearn it. So here's why the next president very well can't fix this, no matter who they are, no matter how reasonable. They can rejoin every agreement, make all the calls they want, and they still can't answer the only question that really matters at this point. How long will this last? Because no president can promise past their own term. You can't sign a guarantee against your own voters. The reversal is always one election away, and everyone can see it. That's the trap. Trust runs on predictability. Predictability is the one thing a country that flips direction every 4 years can't offer anymore. So the next president walks into the same problem. Trump broke the deals. He proved they were breakable. And once the anchor picks itself up and moves twice, it stops being an anchor. That doesn't reset in 4 years. That very well may just be the environment, at least for the foreseeable future. I'll see you soon.